Hello, hello. I hope you are well. Oh, I hope you've been getting some writing done. I got some writing done. I'm amazed. I'm pleased. I have to move this so the kitty can get through. Yes, kitty, come on. Come on, precious. There he is. There he is. There's the good boo boo. Well, let's see. I haven't seen anybody comment yet, so I'll just assume. Let me see. Double check here. Okay. Hey, Deb. Okay. There we go. Hello. How are you doing? How's the writing going? I got some writing done this morning. I was very pleased. Hello, Michelle. Deb, had to remove some words late last night, so I ended up with just a total of 30 for today. But it's still 30. Has anybody gone to the Book Art Media site, the NaNoWriMo page I put there, and have you been able to see the Excel sheet or the links I put in or anything like that? Sure, I got my cocoa. Got my afternoon cocoa. Not yet, sorry. No worries. Oh, Deb, let me go in here then and should be able to find you. Here you go, Deb. So you said just 30 for today. Okay, so let me put 30 in for you. Hello, dear heart. How are you? Okay. In theory, NaNoWriMo, in theory, there's no editing. Too busy at work. I understand. In theory, there's no editing. So that in theory, all those words count that you got rid of. But in practical matter, it's better to just keep writing, keep going as best you can. It's up, whatever works best. Hello, Allison. Hello. I hope you're well. I hope the writing's going well. Yeah, I finally got this. I finally got the keyboard talking to this. So I got 487 words this morning. So, and I plan on working on it some more this evening. Deb, oh no, I didn't know that editing thing. But some people just do it anyway because they want to get to that final. They really want a full 50,000 to work with at the end. To have accomplished that, and sometimes it does involve chucking out bits so that you've got something workable in the end. But it's up to you. It's an individual choice. The real key is writing. If those are words that you wrote this month for this project, then in theory, whatever works, you do it, whatever works best for you. That's what you should do. Hey, Sandy. I am back. Finally felt like gluing my butt to the chair. I'm accepting my diagnosis. Getting, oh, gosh. I'm so sorry that I'm glad you're being able to move forward. I hate to hear that you're having troubles though. Allison, yes, just came off a Nano word sprint, got some words for today. Yes, we're going towards our dreams. We're getting stuff done. We're getting words written. Deb, I never expected to reach the 50,000 and don't think I will, but I'm very grateful for the lessons on getting here with all of you. Any writing is an accomplishment. Any expression of your creativity is worthwhile. It's good for the soul. It's good for the mind. It's good for the body. It's just good all the way around. So, all right. So there is that. So Deb got about 30 words for today because she did some editing. Does anybody else have any words you wanted to mention? Or I was going to ask if anybody had managed to head over to the book or book art media website, the NaNoWriMo page, because I've got all those links. I've got a link to the Google Sheet spreadsheet. If you use that link, you can edit it. You can go in and change your numbers or whatever you'd like. And there's also a list of all the little writing lessons I've been doing. It's like, here's the list of all the articles I was reading from or the books I'm talking about. So that is there. I don't know if anybody's been over there, but it exists. It has physical expression on it has physical expression on the interwebs. Oh, Sandy, 1,386 words today. Yes. Can you review how to connect to that site? It should be just down in the description box. There should be a link to bookartmedia.com / I think it's like Nano or NaNoWriMo to 2020, something like that. Let me look. Yeah, first link, the NaNoWriMo 2020 information on my website here. Yep. And it's the first link in the description. And then once you're there, if you scroll down, there's a link to the Google Sheet. It's called Group Word Tracker. It's a Google Docs thing. So there is that. What else was I going to say? Sandy, I guess I joined the national site. Silly me. No. We're all. I think almost all of us are on the national site as well. That can be really useful. I'm just for the simple kind of little writing lessons I'm giving or sharing ideas, stuff I've run across. With for the writing stuff or for the group tracking in Excel, it's just easier to have just have a web page. Just have a web page with everything there. So, and hopefully it helps. Okay, but 1386. 1386, and I'll add you here to the Sandy. Okay, and I'm guessing that was for today. 1386. Let me see. 1386 today. 1386 today. Okay, so far it says you've got a total so far this month of 2,607 words that you did not have before. So progress is progress. Progress is progress. Boy, it's been a long day. Progress is progress. Oh, it's so great. It's so great. You guys are able to express yourself. So anyway. All right. Anything else? Anybody else with some words they want to mention I can put in? Meadow Lemero, a beautiful name. Hello, how are you? Are you taking part in NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month? Anyway, are you one of us masochists trying to write 50,000 words of your novel in a month? Goodness gracious. Just let me know. We check in every day. Hello, I'm wonderful. Thank you. Good. Oh, we check in every day about what words you've got done, cheering each other on, stuff like that. And then I do a very short writing lesson kind of thing, just to give people ideas. Okay, Allison, is December the month for editing? In theory, I believe so. I mean, it's not official, but generally it's considered that. I got 835 words so far today. I find the word sprints help me with my plot and characters. I recommend the sprints for pantsers. Yay! Not so much, maybe not so much if you're a planner and outline. Could be. Oh, Meadow, I'm doing Nano. I'm doing copying and editing for a client right now. I'll work on my Nano project during my live stream tonight. Nice. Excellent. Have you been having any success? Do you have, I think today, what is it? Today we're supposed to hit 15,000. If you break down the 50,000 words by 30 days, then today we're supposed to hit 15,000. I have not yet, but I have not given up. I have not given up. Okay, and so let's see here. Sandy, my story is so complex. When I start again, I have to read the previous chapter to see where I am. I like to have a block of time, 3 or 4 hours, so I get into character. Oh, hey, that works. I like it. Okay, so Allison got 835. 835 for Allison. 835, which brings your total to 5,784. Making progress. Oh, Meadow, I'm super behind. I only have 3,160 total right now. That's okay though, but you have 3,160 more than you did. We're making progress. We're going for our dreams. We're plugging away. If you'd like to keep checking in every day, I'll be happy to add you to the Excel spreadsheet, and we'll just, it's like we can cheer each other on. Okay, Kat. Hello, Kat. Hello. I hope you're well. I hope everybody's well. So, Kat, did you manage any writing, or has life been intruding? This week, anybody who got anything written deserves like extra gold stars, because man, this last week was just been brutal. Just last week was just brutal. Absolutely brutal. Wow. So, all right. Well, it's 1:15. If you have any more to let me know about your numbers or being included somewhere or what have you, let me know. Today it is 1:15, so I was just going to go through an today's interesting writing tidbit. Okay. We had mentioned before Cat Shepherd. Oh, wait. Sandy, this morning you asked how you look with the lighting. I wrote that your beautiful light is perfect. Thank you, Sandy. That is very kind of you. It's better now that the sun's setting. Makes no sense. Okay, Meadow, I didn't decide on my project until the 1st, so I did absolutely zero prep ahead of time. Whew. Yep. I've been getting more words daily now that I've done a bit of outlining. Excellent. Cat, life intruded, but I came to a big epiphany on a main character. Yay for the big epiphanies. Oh, like manna from heaven. Oh, whew, okay. All right, so today I was going to, this came up the other day, something about the upshot. I'll just start in. Basically, there is a fantastic book called Wired for Story by Lisa Cron. And I think I bought my copy back in 2012, I think Amazon said. And she's had an additional book out since then, same kind of thing. But Wired for Story is an exceptional book. I don't know if you've read it. If you follow that first link in the description box, it goes to the page on the website. You just scroll down to November 9th. It's a ways down, but November 9th, and there's a link in there to it, and a link to the articles I'm talking about today. Although I think there were only 2 articles, not 3. But anyway, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. But the Wired for Story by Lisa Cron, the link's there, if you're interested. Because what she is talking about is that we think in stories. I mean, and scientists are proving this more and more with brain scans and what have you. But the idea that we think in stories, we organize information in stories, because we have such elaborate social constructs. Oh, Allison, I'll catch up with that in just a second. We have such elaborate social constructs that we try to learn everything we can from stories that help us navigate and learn from each other and remember lessons that can help keep us alive. So, and in doing that, there are certain parts of that some writers forget to put in, but it turns out are really important, including if you walk into a scene, you have a character walking into a scene, they have the goal, or they should have a goal. This is what they want. This is what they're trying to do. And then, of course, you have some conflict. Makes sense. You're trying to do something, there's conflict. Great. 'Tis the stuff of drama. All right, so there's that conflict. But this is the part that a lot of writers they either don't know to put in, or they don't always often enough put it in, and that is that at that moment the character does a couple of things, and one of them is they immediately search their memories. Do I have any information already on how to deal with this with this kind of conflict, or heard a story about someone in this position? Have I learned something somewhere else I could apply here? So the first thing is they immediately search their memory banks. And as a matter of fact, I even turned this into what I call a scene sheet, which I do not have handy, unfortunately. But I actually go down and I go through each scene, and I go, okay, what is the main character after? What is the conflict? Quick run through memory. Actually, let me dig in here quickly, because I think the scene sheet thing might be very useful. Oh, here's one. Okay. Yeah, I actually I haven't shared this with anyone, but I actually created a scene sheet where I can jot things down, because I put everything. My friends make fun of me because I put everything in a table. You give me I have Saturn on my ascendant. You give me information, I'm gonna put it in a table. Anyway, so they've got their goal. There's that's what I forgot. There's the goal. And with the goal, it's what does that person expect is going to happen? And it helps to tell the reader, what do they think is going to happen? Then you get conflict. Then the character is going to either sift through their memories quickly, but they're definitely going to look around at people's body language. What's the lay of the land here? Remember, we live in very, very complicated social structures. Our society, human society, is really complicated. Okay, so and then you have the conflict. Maybe there's just a further disaster, or there's just trying to figure out what to do about this conflict or something along those lines. But there needs to be an emotional reaction. An emotional reaction of, okay, read the room, search my memories. This conflict looks even worse now. What do I feel? Because the next thing they're going to have to do is make a decision. Make a decision about what the next goal is. So, and then that leads them to the next scene, where they have a goal. What does this person expect is going to happen? There's conflict. Body language, judging other people's intent, sifting through memories, seeing disaster or failure if further is called for, emotional reaction, have to make a decision, new goal, next scene. And that's how you work your way through the book. And it's putting in those extra bits of, well, your characters are supposed to be reading body language in general. And I mean, one of the earlier lessons was about unpacking, not using, basically giving readers the body language and the actions rather than the summation of, oh, this person likes me, or this person doesn't like me, or this person is angry. Now you give them the expression on the faces, you give them, so that's an ongoing thing. But taking that brief, even just a brief few words or one sentence or something of searching the memory, having an emotional reaction, then deciding what to do about it. It makes so much difference. It makes a huge difference in connecting with the reader. Obviously, you've got less of that in I'm not saying it. You have less of that in say like a James Bond novel. Not the most introspective human being, but they do stop and show some kind of emotional reaction. And it's those moments that really count. Some people, if you've read, oh gosh, what was is it the Marshall Plan for writing novels? He actually he has scene sheets like this, well, not quite as detailed, but he has scene sheets, but he splits them out into, they're basically scenes and sequels. And it's an action scene, and then it's an emotional reaction. So it's like action and reaction scenes. So there are other people who will really split those apart. So the reactions, and maybe sometimes the reaction scene is big enough that it has to have its own scene. But most of the time you're just in there. Oh, okay, next one. Oh, there we go. And on, and next scene. So, there are different ways, of course, to do this. And this is that amazing book, Wired for Story. So along those lines, Lisa Cron, the author of that, and Donald Maass, Maass, the New York literary agent who's also written some books on writing, they actually got together, and this was years ago. This was in 2013. But it's still useful. Where they did, and hear me out, because don't groan, or you can groan, but hear me out. They decided to write at least 2 articles, if not 3. It says there's a part 1 and a part 3. I can't find part 2. It's weird, but lessons from 50 Shades of Grey. It's like, really? Really? But what they're saying is that when a book becomes a phenomenon, there's a reason. Hate it if you like, but the wiser course is to understand how such a book grips so many readers. Use those methods, those writing methods, for your own ends. If you have characters whose warmth, openness, and inner conflicts are close to universal, their yearnings translate into our kinds of yearnings. And behind the gimmick of 50 Shades, there's a simple and unchallenging message, which is true. James' novel is popular, but popularity and greatness are two different things. So I couldn't, and we were talking about 50 Shades the other day, and I couldn't get through it. And a lot of people here couldn't get through it, not because, oh my gosh, it's so salacious. It's no, because I got a third way through it, and I couldn't read anymore. I was so bored. I thought the story was boring. But I did, and yeah, the wording and there was so much that was just, ugh. But it really was successful. And so what Lisa Cron did, and Donald Mass, they went through it and it gave specific things section by section in the writing and in the book that they believe is how it was able to, what sets it apart from, say, other books about the same kind of thing that aren't as successful. And you can, I'm not going to go through all of them because some of it is specific to that book. And and there's some simple stuff. The prose is plain, meaning easy to read. Anastasia and Christian directly and constantly engage on the page. Yeah, okay, sure, all right. But there are some things here that are interesting and do take advantage of the way our brains process information and put things in stories and information we're looking for. Because we know what Christian claims he wants, we always know when he deviates from it, which makes us wonder why. The author doesn't keep either Christian's or Anastasia's true goal a secret. Okay. Anastasia always has something solid, clear, and specific to react to. This is a good one. Every scene triggers the scene that follows it. Well, in the later books, boy, does that fall apart. But for the first book, every scene triggers the scene that follows it so that we have a continual cause and effect trajectory that builds in intensity. And there is something to that. That is important. Another table I created, which I can't put my hands on right now, is I've actually sat down and put like, okay, this is the hero, this is the villain. The villain does this. Okay, then what does the hero do because of that? All right, so what does the villain do because of what the hero did? And on, and so creating this chain down the page can be really useful and surprisingly difficult to do. Let me see. I'm just trying to see if there's something more specific to the wired for story part. This is just a lot of stuff. Food and sleep, primary human needs, which are met, are preoccupation and are universal points of connection for readers. Each scene comes with a ticking clock, forcing Anastasia to make escalating decisions. All of Anastasia's internal thoughts are tied to what's happening in the moment and to a burning decision she must make quickly. Thus, she never bores us by musing aimlessly. She is often surprised by her own reaction to things. I know it's tedious, but think of it in a good book, because this is the kind of stuff that is in good books and books that connect with readers. She's having this emotional reaction, and she has enough introspection that she can have an emotion. She can be surprised by her own reactions, and which allows her to probe them for meaning, questioning why. We always have a clear picture of what she expects. So when her expectations aren't met, and they rarely are, we know it, instantly anticipating how it will affect her. So that's all I'll go through with this. I do have the links over on the site on that page. But if you want to read more, but it is using those extra points in scenes that really connects with people, and is much more how our brains process story, how our brains process information. Okay, so there is that, something to keep in mind. It is a great book. If nothing else, just make a note that for every scene, you want a goal. The main there are other things you can add in, but you need a goal, what the hero expects to happen. So what we think, it's like, well, I guess that's what's going to happen. Maybe there's conflict, of course. Interpreting the situation, reading body language, that sort of thing, reading the room. Sifting through memories for something that might be useful. There needs to be an emotional reaction. And then the character makes a decision on what to do next, which leads to the next scene. And there is cause and effect throughout. So, which is a lot harder to do than it sounds. So anyway, that's what I've got for you for today. Highly recommend. I think the sequel was called, that Lisa Caron wrote, is Story Genius or something like that. It's basically the same thing, just more specifically walking through how to do it, but it's much the same. All right. So, all right. There's Meadows' numbers. 0 prep, life intruded. Allison, according to my Nano site, I have 6909. Not sure which days I didn't update you. 6909. Let me go in here. Allison, 60. All right, well, let me just do this then. 6909. And if that's the case, so we want this minus this. So at some point, you added in another 1,125 words, 1,125. Well, for now, I'm just going to put this up here, 1125, in one of your 0 days, because that puts you at 6909, and that's what matters. So that's what matters. Oh, wow. You guys have made such progress. Great progress. That's wonderful. Okay. Did I lose the chat, or let me see. Oh, no. Nope. Okay. So I didn't lose the chat. Okay. Well, is there anything anybody needs or wants? Can I tell you how proud I am of you, or tell you how much I want you to succeed? Because I do want you to succeed. Oh, Allison, what is the? Oh, wait, Sandy. Thank you for your tips. It's helpful to hear your insight. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. Allison, Sebastian, what's the meaning? Oh, what's the message of Gray? You mean the novels? Um, it's a universal love story. That's it's your it's yeah, you know, woman, it's whew, we could get into a very long thing about romance, and um I mean, there are, how do I put this? The thing about romance being about physicality, or being about attraction, and being around mating and all this kind of stuff, it goes back to making we are again hardwired to choose a mate who will produce strong offspring, even if we don't have kids. But it's hardwired, and there's so much in daily life where we are living in this civilization where this part of our brain is completely accepted where we are. This is great. But there's still a part back here that it feels kind of left behind sometimes, and isn't getting its needs met. Different parts of our brain have different needs, and that's, it's some people were wondering, why did paranormal suddenly become a thing? Why, why did, vampires and all of this? Because they're incredibly strong, they're long lived. Yeah, they're bloodthirsty, but so were the warriors in our clans. But they're immortal, nearly immortal. They're long lived, and they're kind of, the reptile brain likes a bad boy, because bad boys, they, up here, we know they don't make great fathers. Back here, this part of us is still looking out for saber-toothed tigers and attacking hordes and other clans, and there's a danger. So you don't want a milquetoast. You want a guy who's going to kind of be a jerk and not help around the house. But this part, you're feeding this part of your brain that isn't getting its needs met in civilization. So the message of Gray, it's just it's a typical romance. It really is. He wants control. He wants sexual gratification without permanent commitment. Even though he's saying she has to sign this stupid contract, it's not a marriage contract. It's not. Hello, pumpkin. It's not a marriage contract. It's not any. It's not. He's not making a commitment to her. Not a serious one. It's almost like just a symbol that he might be willing to make some form of commitment, which is maybe possible. But anybody who doesn't know, this is Boo Boo's and Kitty. Bailey Boo. Hello, sweetheart. And then that was Pumpkin. Come here. Come here. You haven't been on my lap today. All right, hang on. So, yeah, that's where vampires came from. That's why so many heroes, not all, but so many heroes and so many romance novels, they're jerks. It's because in reality, we're working hard to keep our homes and take care of those who rely on us, and we're strong women. Yes, he just grabbed my thumb with his paw. It's very cute. But there's still that part of us that needs to be fed, as it were. So that's where a lot of it comes from. Allison, great explanation. Thanks, Sebastian. I hope it helped. I hope it helped. Yeah. And I remember a friend of mine who's a writer said to me years ago that if, what's going to be the next big thing after when paranormal is finally gone and all of that, it's basically the next person who can figure out a way to make to fulfill these needs and create these incredibly strong, powerful human males who are incredibly powerful and selfish, but potentially redeemable, then you're going to make a fortune. And so, that's that. Anyway, Cat, Boo-Boos and Kitties here, Pumpkins here. So is that Chatalupe? Or is that, not quite sure. Not quite sure. Very cool, though. We like animals. We love animals. Animals are great. All right. Well, unless anybody has anything else, I am going to go for today. But do keep writing. Hang in there. Keep writing. Keep writing. I'm going to be here every day at 4 Chicago time. Chicago. And my cat, Shaloop. Oh, okay. Shaloop. The kitten. All right. My cats. Oh, Talia and Tiki. Is that right? Did I have that? Talia and Tiki. That's adorable. My sister's cats are Trixie and Trinket. Trinket. I love that. But anyway, I love the animals. All right. Well, yeah, I guess that's it for me. So hang in there. Keep the writing up. Keep the writing up. We can do this. We can do this. We can do it. All right. And I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully. All right. Take care. Oh, wait. Cat. I named her Cat Wolf because she had long legs, big paws, intense eyes like a wolf. Ooh, nice. Sandy, thank you for your encouragement. Necessary to keep at it. Yes. Deb, great lesson, Sebastian. Thank you so much. Good luck, everyone. Thanks for all your inputs. Allison, there will be a real canine dog in the White House, not a human dog. Sandy, bye, everyone. Okay. All right. Have a great evening, everybody. Good luck on the writing. All right. And see you tomorrow.